All right, guys, this is negotiating the deal. So you've done your networking, you've done your paid marketing, whatever it is, you now have a prospect or a lead or an agent's brought you a deal or something that you have to put in an offer, okay? So what do? Well, when you're negotiating a deal, you always want to come from a position of power. Don't ever be afraid to just walk away from the deal. There's always going to be another deal, okay? There's always going to be another property. You don't have to buy this one. And that's your position of power, okay? So as you're starting to negotiate, make sure that you're doing your due diligence up front, all right? The due diligence that you're required to do of checking the area and making sure that this is where you want to be. This is the value that you can get out of the property, all right? We're going to go into what ARV is next, but making sure that ARV, or after repair value, is there, all right? So as you get that deal, you're ready to make your offer, all right? What do? Well, you make your offer through an agent or you have your own contract. I always recommend a shorter 1 or 2 page contract if you're not using an agent. It makes it very beneficial for you and the seller, okay? Now, don't be afraid to go meet the seller in person. I have found that it is exceptionally beneficial to meet a seller in person when doing negotiations on a property, all right? So you get the seller there, you're meeting in front of them, you lock down the purchase price, you lock down the contract, all right? Once you do the contract with the seller, there is a couple of negotiating things that you'll probably have. How quick is the closing date? What's the inspection period? All right, how much time do you have on those items? So make sure to negotiate all that up front. And once you negotiate it, try your best to hit those things. Nothing frustrates a seller more than not hitting what you told them up front. So be very clear and concise. Make sure it's in writing. And sometimes make sure that you record your contract or have them use a notary to make sure the contract is there if you're not using a real estate agent to handle your transaction. All right? So the only other thing that you need to know about the negotiation process is sometimes sellers are going to change their mind. All right? So when you have negotiated a contract already, you're in the due diligence, sometimes you're going to have to go do some renegotiating. Make sure and settle fears for the seller. That is going to all be a part of this negotiating process, all right? The better you are at calming people's fears, the better you're going to be and the smoother this process is going to be, all right? So go out there and negotiate a great deal.